Good morning. Hey, everybody. How are you? Happy December. Happy almost Christmas. Happy almost end of the year. Dr. JD, thank you so much. As always, cannot wait to see you on your TV program in 2023, which sparks me into this amazing topic today of 2023. I am coming for all of you. 2023, I am inviting you into my space already a couple of days early because I want you to see the amazingness that is me. And that is how we are leaping into 2023. That is how we are closing out 2022. And I want to talk to you guys about God showing all the way off. You will have an opportunity today to talk about how God has shown off in your life in 2022 and all of what you have planned for 2023. Sometimes there is power in leveraging the power of your voice. And I want to take you on a journey of my 2022 and 2023 in hopes that now through gratitude, now through saying it out loud, now through the community of Breakfast with Champions and with coaching cocktails and conversations, we are going to bring it all the way out in just one sec. Hey y'all, hey, it is 7:30 a.m. Yes, this is Lolita E. Walker, and I am so excited to come to you today right here on Breakfast with Champions across all of the platforms. I'm here to bring you just a little bit of coaching, cocktails, and conversations. Coaching is where I leave you just with a couple nuggets to challenge your thinking. Cocktails is not about what you're sipping on. It's all about celebrating the greatness of who it is that you are. And then conversations is the juiciness that we are about to have for the next 30 minutes. Are you ready? I am too. Let's go. Yes, yes, yes. Come on in 2023. There is so much that is available for you, and I am right here for it all. So, if you were here last week for the session, we talked about some soul work. I'm always in for soul work. And I talked to you about what I did with my group coaching program. The week before that, I'm getting all types of lost on the dates, but we talked about these three columns. And I'll talk about those three columns today because I got a couple of you all in my inbox asking a few questions. So we will do that today. But I wanted to talk about my 2022. Okay, because it's still here and it's not done yet. No, I am not saying that it is done. We still got a couple more days until December 31st of 2022, and there is amazingness that can happen, including rest and relaxation. Okay, for all of you all that I don't know, I'm Lolita E. Walker. I'm a certified life leadership and executive coach. I am the hostess with the mostest of coaching cocktails and conversations, and also a co-host right here on Breakfast with Champions. Hey to my Facebook community, coaching cocktails and conversations, LinkedIn and YouTube. I'm coming to you with amazingness and power, and I hope for somebody today that my words are able to penetrate you in a way that will bless you and keep you for the end of this year and then take you into 2023 where we're going to soar differently. Okay. In 2022, we've been talking about words that are going to set up your year, themes that set up your year. And for me, I talk to myself on my Be Me board, my vision board. Okay. So for 2022, when I've said it here inside of this form before, I said, Dr. Lolita E. Walker, in 2022, your dreams have already been manifested for you. Every single year, I have a saying that I put on my Be Me board or my vision board, and I have that there to remind me that this is what's guiding my year. And so remember that I said Dr. Lolita E. Walker wasn't a doctor, hadn't applied to be a doctor. I just knew that I wanted doctor in front of my name and that there was work that I was going to do sometime throughout this year. Right. I believe that clarity plus confidence equals commitment. And I continue to say that over and over again. But when we think about clarity, it doesn't mean every single detail. It means be clear on the vision of what you have. And in the beginning of your year, for me, at the end of this year, going into the next year. So that time it was at the end of 2021. What I did know is Dr. Lolita E. Walker, in 2022, your dreams have already been manifested for you. So what does that mean? What did that say to me? Well, when I'm saying this dialogue to myself, I'm saying some things to myself that say, okay, if your dreams have already been manifested for you, that to me means surrender. That to me means step back and let God do the work. That to me means do the action that is going to help you lead to all of your dreams. That means put your dreams on paper, say them out loud. Kate Volman always talks about talking your dreams out loud, the dream manager, the person, the people that are surrounding you. Who is your community? It's saying all of these things to me, right? Yet I'm not going to get overwhelmed. So, what is it that you said at the start of 2022 to yourself? Even if you didn't have a statement, where was your mind? Where did you say it was going to be? That leads us into what I talked to you guys about last week of sometimes when we get to the end of the year, we say to ourselves, oh, guess what I didn't do? Guess what I didn't do? And we have this whole list of stuff that we shoulda, woulda, and couldn't do throughout the course of the year. So I want to start there. Just dump it all out because you know it's right there. Get it all out your brain. And so that made up column one. And I like to call that the dump. That is where we are dumping all of the things that we shoulda, woulda, did it do right there inside of that column. And I talked to you guys last week about the fact that one of mine was that I didn't do my podcast weekly. And that was something that I wanted to do. Podcast weekly, come on in. People are loving coaching cocktails and conversations and they want more. So that was one of my goals. Didn't do it. Second column was, and of course there's more, but that's the one I'll share with you guys today. And then the second column was all about, but what did you do that didn't even hit the list of what you said you were going to do? What came throughout your 2022? That you didn't even know was on there. So I want to offer you the opportunity to think about that, to sit back and to think about the notion of what is it that did happen? How did God show off in my life? I want you to think about that because you'll have an opportunity to lean in and say, this is what I do want to profess, the stuff that I did do that didn't even make the board. So remember what I said in the beginning for how it is that my year was going to wrap around is Dr. Lolita E. Walker. In 2022, your dreams have already been manifested for you. Okay. Okay. Show off, God. And let me talk to you about the ways that God showed off for me this year. Okay. And so I walked into the year, had zero clue. Thank you, Clubhouse community of Breakfast with Champions. Walked into 2022 and I kept on saying my dream out loud. This is it. Dr. Lolita E. Walker in 2022, your dreams have already been manifested for you. Keep it going. Keep it going. Some of you all know the story already. One day, as I'm saying this thing right here, Dr. Sean Shapiro says, well, you keep on calling yourself a doctor, but have you applied? Oh, well. Not yet, but I'm going to do it. Well, when are you going to do it, Lolita? Because you say this thing all the time. And you told us that words equal power and that there's power in our words. So what actions are you put into this thing? And not once did he say it, but then when I came back on the next week, Lolita, how's that going? And then it became the whole community. Well, Dr. Lolita E. Walker, what's going on? So now there's that accountability that starts to come in and penetrate your life. Remember, Lolita E. Walker in 2022, your dreams have already been manifested for you. The work is already done. And when we walk into this thing, knowing that it's already done, God has already done the work, then we show up differently. I hope you believe that and know that and trust that. If you don't, here's your testimony today to give it to you. I want to leave you with not only hope and inspiration and motivation, but I want to leave you with the testimony of showing up and being able to profess how God has shown up in your life and how things have been manifested for you. When things are not working in your favor, they're absolutely working in your favor. And Monica Floyd has said that to me time and time again this year, time and time again this year. Sometimes it's about the community that starts to come around you because you know that the work is already done. I want to remind you today that the work is already done. And today, in this day, I want us to be able to say out loud that guess what? Here is one way, not even all the ways, one way that God has shown up in my life and shown all the way out. So yes, here's my journey. So Dr. Sean Shapiro said that then the community started coming through and saying, Dr. Lolita E. Walker, how's it going? How's the application? Then I had Dr. Suki said, well, I'm a PhD mentor. What? You gotta say it out loud. Nobody knows where you want to go if you don't say it out loud. So Dr. Suki said, I'm gonna show you what accountability looks like, Lolita. At 11 o'clock every Sunday, I want you and I to meet for an hour, and we are gonna get you through this process of application. Well, come on, accountability. Come on, saying it out loud. Your dreams need to be said out loud. Where is it that you are going? Oh my gosh. Let me say hi to Jackie Underwood, who said, great morning, Dr. Lolita E. Walker. Hello, Jackie. Dr. Jeannie said, yes, you took the first step and now see where your clarity and confidence took you. Yes, we are going to be talking about that today. Clarity plus confidence equals the commitment of how you show up every single day. Dr. Jeannie went further to say the work is already done. And then Jackie said, yes, speak those dreams out loud. So back to where we were in the story is this. So now there's this accountability. Why? Because you said your dreams out loud. Why? Because it started with the overall vision. My overall vision was in 2022. Your dreams have already been manifested for you. So what I'm telling you today is that 2023, I'm here for all of you. Every single thing that you want to put on me. So in 2022, yes, my dreams have already been manifested for me. Did I have COVID twice? Yes, I did. But in that came rest and relaxation. In that came the recognition that my body has power. In that came the fact that I didn't have taste for a minute, and what taste means, and different type of appreciation. But in that came this application process to get inside my PhD. So not only was there the application, there was Dr. Sean Shapiro and Dr. Suki like, guess what? We're writing you a letter of recommendation. What? Show up. Show up and do the work that God has already put inside of you. I want you to leverage your gifts. We talk about what are your strengths? What are the gifts that you bring to the table? Know them, trust them, believe them, show up in them. When you show up in them consistently, people start to meet you at a different type of place. They start to hold you accountable for a different type of thing because you're consistent. Then you start to see those results. I want to know, what are you consistent in? And how has God used those gifts to help you to transform you, the world, and then show off for you? Sometimes we forget to look at the blessings that are right here inside of us and how has God shown up and shown out for us. So I applied. Not only did I apply and get the letters of recommendation, yes, but then I got accepted. Come on, somebody. Then I got accepted. Then I got a scholarship. You got to ask the questions. I do pay fees. So if we know somebody that can pay some fees and things, absolutely. But in the meantime, in between time, look at the blessing of that coming right there. Why? Because you speaking it out loud. Why? Because you're willing to do the work. Your ability plus your willingness equals the action. AWA. We talk about that all the time too. I hope you're pulling these nuggets because you too have so many things that have been manifested in your life. So yes, that's happening. But at the same time, somebody tapped me and said, Lolita, I am retiring from my school board seat. And I think you are the perfect leader to jump in right there. My answer, absolutely not. Politics, Lolita, do not even go in the same sentence. But then what happened more and more? She said to me, well, what are you talking about? You already do the work. You've been in so many leadership positions on a PTSA. I'm confused on why you think that you don't go up a level and then be able to do this for your whole district. Well, you are right. I do work very hard in that capacity. I am showing up there, but somebody is able to then tell you about the demonstration. I want to talk to you about demonstration. How have you demonstrated your strengths in 2022? You do it all the time. Now you got to look at it from that perspective. And I want you to write that down because God has shown up and shown out inside of your life. And when you say it out loud, you'll realize all the powerful things you did this year, the impact that you did this year. We're going to focus on that column versus focusing on what we didn't do, because on the third column, all we're doing is pulling over the things that we want to take into 2023 from that column number one of all the things we didn't do. And I guarantee you that what you will figure out is that not all of those things are going to move over, because what you have recognized is that inside of my 2022, I showed up so many different ways that those things became unimportant to me. They were deprioritized because I chose to do it, to delegate, or to disappear. Oh my gosh. Hey, Siobhan Reed from LinkedIn. She said, yes, yes, and all the way, yes. I want you to think about how has God shown up for you. So not only did I say yes to Sonia Williams, who wanted to retire from the board seat after 9 years, I didn't know anybody in politics except for her. 2 PTSA moms I called and said, hey, I want you to be my treasurer. Hey, I want you to be my campaign manager. I don't really know what you do yet, but we're in it together and we're smart and we're going to figure this thing out. We started with less than 5 people. Ran a campaign. Who, what are we supposed to do? Won it. Against all odds, against people saying out loud, you're not going to win this. Nobody knows you. Try again next year already. And I said, oh, wait a minute. Thank you for saying that out loud, because you haven't met Dr. Lolita E. Walker yet. Come on. Absolutely. And I want you to know you haven't met Dora Maria yet. You haven't quite met Mary Lynn and all she's bringing to the table. You haven't met Christina and Monica and Jeff and Megan and Yan. You haven't met all the greatness that is inside of me. I needed you to say that so now I can activate something that is inside of me so now you can feel the greatness that I already know is here. And as a matter of fact, just in case I didn't know, it's those words right there that are going to help me to show all the way off and then allow me to know that manifestation has already been here. So yes, we ran the race. Yes, we ran the race. Yes, we won the race with 58%. What? Then who in 10 days was elected to be the vice chair? I'm telling you these things because when you get out of your own way and work inside of your gifts, God will show up for you, period. You got to know it. So when I go into 2023, I'm going to tell y'all what's already on my Be Me board. So the folks that were at my Women's Weekend Renewal Retreat, which I think is at the top of the the thing inside a Clubhouse at the top, you can click on it. I would love for you to be here, but let me tell you about what happened there. So I told you my Be Me board at the top, it always has something to me. And this time it says Dr. Lolita E. Walker. Oh, side note that I forgot to tell y'all this. You know, my first semester is over in my PhD, my doctoral program. Okay, yes, we are only one semester done, but we are one semester done. Yes, yes, and yes. And who got all A's? What? Who? You talking about me? Oh, for real?
Congrats, Doc. Congrats.
You talking about me? Thank you. Thank you. What? When you sit down and you think about all of the things that you've done this year, I started off my year by coming back from Kenya. What? You gotta know that you stand in power. You gotta know that while I am on this earth, I am gonna make an impact. And sometimes when you own your yes and you respect the boundaries of the no that come right there. Now, sometimes respecting those boundaries might look and feel a little differently, but sometimes you gotta know. I just told somebody else, last night, I was like, I don't know where all of the energy and adrenaline came because the way I feel inside of this moment last night, I was like, I don't think I have it in me to go out and run a campaign right now. I don't know where it all came, but I'm telling you that sometimes people trigger something in you and you get sparked and remember that, hold on, wait a minute, God put something up in me. Let me show the world, let me show me, let me show you who want to discount who it is that I am. Who, what? You don't know that I come with an entire army when I show up. And I want you to know that you come with an entire army when you show up. You got to know it. Wake them up. When I walk in a room, when Lolita E. Walker walks in a room, I bring power with me. I bring purpose with me. I bring my passion with me. I bring a whole army with me. God stands within me, beside of me, around me. And the people that are my people are the ones who will absolutely push you. When you know you show up with an army, you show up differently. Absolutely. That's no matter if you're at home, at work, at life, all of the things are happening because you recognize that you are power. All right. Doc, for 2023, I'm going to do this and then I'm going to open it up. Dr. Lolita E. Walker, in 2023, your words and voice of power will allow others to see. Then I even added differently, intently, and abundantly. That's huge. That's huge. I'm going to say it again. I'm going to say it because I am saying it to myself over and over again because the year hasn't started, but I tell you, it's going to flip off the tongue. And I had to think to myself because as I talked to the women at my Women's Weekend Renewal Retreat, when I came up with this right here, I had to talk to them about what does it mean? What does it mean? Dr. Lolita E. Walker, that's because I need to hold myself accountable to get through these next couple semesters. Come on, semester one down. And I have to remind myself, Dr. Lolita E. Walker, because times get tough up in this thing. In 2023, that's the year we'll be in, your words and your voice, which is part of the gift that I claim and I know that God has put into me, your words and your voice of power will allow others to see. And what I had to think about is how do your words allow people to see? How does your voice allow people to see? It's not even the same sense. But what it is that my words and my power allow people to open up their vision and their perspective to walk, talk, and behave differently. I know that. And so what I know, and I don't know the how of it yet, because the work is not the how. The work is that I want to tell you what it's going to be for 2023. What I'm claiming is that in 2023, your words and voice of power will allow others to see differently. Check. Intently. check. And abundantly, I'm claiming it. You got to know it. You got to trust it. You got to believe it. So, Christina Howard says, congratulations on completing the first semester with all A's. I'm not surprised. Whoop, whoop. I love it. Thank you so much. Dr. Jeannie says, Siobhan, love connecting amazing people. They must have been a connection over there. I absolutely love it. So, here's the thing. I appreciate each and every one of you all. Keisha Kent, my friend from LinkedIn and Clubhouse, how are you? How are you? Happy holidays. Listen, let's open this thing up, you guys. The question for today is, how has God shown off for you? One thing, okay, one way God has shown off for you in 2022, and then what we can expect from you. One thing in 2023, whether it's your word, your theme, your talking to yourself statement, whatever that is. Does anybody want to go in? I know y'all not shy. What? God has shown off in your life some type of way. What?
Greetings. Feline here,
Okay.
Lolita.
Me, my friend from Belize. I'm like, wait a second. Hey.
Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. I will start first by saying that Lolita is the truth.
Oh.
Um, every Friday, we convene in a room called with True Visionaries. And in that room, here I met some wonderful people. One of them was Lolita, and Lolita said, Feline, I'll see you in July.
Yep.
So, and I was like, well, time, money, the babysitter. You know, in the back of my mind, I was wondering about the how, but it was not about the how. It was just about the manifestation of it coming to life.
Yep.
And Lolita, I cannot. There's the power of Lolita. I would give her all the credit, along, of course, with God's and the ancestors, that she helped to make that happen. And like I said, I was kind of stuck in the how, and everything just came into being. So what I'm saying is that when you're connected with someone who has that level of magnetism, who has that level of intentionality for themselves, it rubs off. And so her intentionality about that event, about her life in general, about the PhD. Listen, if you all know that Lolita has racked up more frequent flyer miles than anybody else.
Thank you.
So how she got all these A's in the midst of every other accomplishment that she made is a feat. So flowers on that line as well. So how God showed up, how in this year for me, in a way that I didn't expect, was to convene with folks from Clubhouse. As was stated, I'm from the country of Belize, so I'm right here, living my fullest life, and there's hardly any buffer for me. I'm a filmmaker, I'm a mother, I'm a librarian. There's a lot going on. And I was able to take that space because I wanted to connect with folks who I speak with on a regular basis. And then, just as that was happening, I was informed that there was a filmmaking fellowship that I was accepted to. Now, this filmmaking fellowship happens to be in Spanish, which is the fifth language I learned. So I had to be so locked into this fellowship that I couldn't really move around and get to know as many people as I wanted to in LA at that time. But I made some real connections, and I'm so happy for that. What I look forward to next year, one of the things would definitely be to put more of that learning into place. I want to expand as a filmmaker. I want to tell my grandmother's story. And when I did the budget for that story, it's looking like 385,000 US dollars, which comes up to about 800,000 Belize dollars, right? So the how can I erase the how? How can I just focus on the outcome? That's where I am right now, standing in the outcome, in the achievement of the outcome, and finding accountability partners who continue to tell me, here's your why. Here's your why. Don't even think about the how right now. Here's your why, and make it happen. So my name is Feline, and I'm done speaking.
Woo! Feline. I'm already claiming. I cannot wait to go see the documentary. So already done and done. You got to know it, trust it, believe it. And you actually have an amazing community of filmmakers that I know that you visited in LA. And plus, you also know an amazing person who has amazing connections. And so speaking this out loud, making sure you make the connections is how you are going to begin your journey. But I love, and this is for everybody as we look to close this segment right here, is that knowing, like Feline said, that you're standing in the outcome. I'm standing in the feeling of how excited that I am when this documentary comes out and I'm telling this story of my family. I'm standing in how amazing that's going to feel and how proud I'm going to be. You all, I had the opportunity, as Feline said, to meet Feline from Belize in July when we went to, it's beyond a clubhouse gathering. I recommend anybody go to it. It's in July of next year as well, 2023, is we went to the True Visionary gathering in LA, and it's unlike anything else. Just the transformation that happened right there was just so amazing. The connection that happened after you talk to people, and you all know from Breakfast with Champions is that when we get together, everything happens, right? Yes. And in the power of that is where I met Feline face to face for the first time. And there's so much power in that type of connection. So Feline, I want to say thank you for your words. And I want to say thank you for showing up. I can't wait to see you in July again. I do want to say to Rhonda and Keisha Kent and Dr. Jeannie, who are on the other platforms. Hello, hello. Keisha, yes, I see some connections being made. I see some congratulations happening on these connections. But I also wanted to, I saw something from Keisha. Okay, here it is. Keisha wrote this earlier. She said, all of the Keisha-ness, authentically me, no more shrinking to fit corporate standards. I'm going to give all of me, code switching turned off. I got a chill when I read that. It's the reclamation and the affirmation of saying what you know, what you trust, what you believe, and what you are committed to doing. That affirmation is a declaration to you, for you. And this power of Lolita is rubbing all the way off. I want to thank each and every one of you all. I want to invite you to click the link or go to lolitawalker.com/retreats. When I tell you power in a 4-day all-inclusive retreat, I am telling you that you don't want to miss putting down a deposit and locking your space. With that said, I think I have time for one more comment and don't forget, you guys, we're turning this over at 8 o'clock sharp. So you have one more comment I think we could fit in. Does anybody else want to say how God has shown off for you and what you're planning in 2023?
Oh, I want to say something.
Hello.
Okay, we'll get both of y'all in. Let's do it.
Okay. Hey, this is Raquel. Lolita, this has been awesome. The number one thing that God showed out for me this past year is giving me vision. He gave me vision. And that vision has allowed me to see myself, visualize myself in the successes and the plans that He has for my life. So 2023 is the due. It's called Destiny Operation. That vision that He gave me for 2022 is going to be manifested continuously throughout 2023. I'm speaking it. Dream Big Sis is a book that I want to write for young girls and helping them to understand the power of vision, the power what they have within inside them. So I love you. Thank you.
Oh, love you too. Already done. Let's watch our words because it will be done. Not I want it to be done. When you know that it will be done, you already claiming it. This will be done. So congratulations to you in advance. And let's get this other, who was the other woman?
Malika Star.
Hey.
Good morning. Congratulations, girl. You know I've been watching you taking PG by storm. All right now, future executive of the don't tell Angela I said that. But you know, we can claim it. When she's ready to sit down, you can stand up. I'm ready for it. I love it. Well, you know what? God has just been so good to me. Let's say this year is my anniversary of stepping into my new house that I manifested last year because I was in Clubhouse and started manifesting some sugar honey iced tea and claimed that I would buy my own townhouse when I moved to Atlanta from the PG area. And that's what I did. So this Christmas, I get to celebrate Christmas in my house.
Yes.
I myself. With my own money and some cryptocurrency.
Congratulations. Our
company released, and then our company just released 2 books. So our publishing house is in full fledged, and that's it. And I'm just excited about what's going to happen in 2023. Thank you so much for allowing me to share.
Thank you. Congratulations in your new house. We are turning this over, but Keisha, can't you do in the Clubhouse? We are in Breakfast with Champions. Come all the way in and hear all of the juiciness as the Mom Link takes over. Thank you guys, and I'll see you all soon.